So one of the biggest things that I've realized and noticed since this election is that a lot of people have their priorities fucked up. And when I say they have their priorities fucked up, I mean this in the sense of a lot of people are worried about the wrong things. They're so focused on the things that aren't progressing America forward. They're just focused on the things that they're emotional about. Now, I get it. Most people have their priorities. Most people's priorities are different than others. I get that. But when we talk about as a collective, as America, as a collective, we aren't as strong as we once were before. That's not to say that we aren't outpacing other countries, whatever the case may be. It just means that we aren't as strong as we used to be. And so I think one of the biggest reasons is that we've gotten away from our patriotic mindset. A lot of people aren't as proud to be an American as they once were. But also, another thing that I've realized as well, that a lot of people aren't focused on the money. I'll give you an example. So I had a discussion with a person that I know closely. And how you doing? And one of the biggest things is that when I had this discussion with this certain individual, I'm not going to name who they are, they told me that I'm too focused on the money. And I said, well, why wouldn't I be? That's one of the main things that's one of the main components of making America great. You know, amongst many other things, like bringing religion back into the schools. I agree with that 1,000%. We should definitely do that. When it comes to getting rid of this doctrination of the ABC community. Now, that doesn't mean that I dislike people like that. That's not what this is about. But I'm just saying we need to get back to the original ways of things. We need to get back to what America was once about. And for those of you who try to go to the extreme, talking about, oh, well, what about racism? We're not talking about that. So you can go ahead and miss us with that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about making America great. And so one of the things that I've been doing for myself personally is I've been focusing heavily on getting to the bag. I've been focusing heavily on where I'm investing my money. That's why I put myself in certain communities so that way I can continue to learn and continue to progress. Because see, one of the things that a lot of people aren't talking about is this. There is a significant number of people that are becoming millionaires in America today. A number. And the reason is because they're focusing on getting to the bag first. I get it. You talk about the people with passions and all of this shit. That's cool. But right now, for those people who are hooping and hollering about reproductive rights, all the shit that shouldn't be in the forefront of your mind right now. Because the main people who are hooping and hollering about it are the main ones who are screaming and hooping and hollering about they can't pay their bills. They're getting evicted. Their cars are getting repoed. They're getting evicted from their homes. And they're having these issues. And that's what I think is a bigger issue and the bigger problem. And those are the things that they don't want to talk about. While I do believe that's an issue, I do also believe that it shouldn't be in the forefront of our minds right now. You should be focused on getting your money up. If there wasn't a better time to start focusing on getting to the bag, this is the time to start doing it. This will be the time to start doing it. Don't get left behind because you're in your emotions, because you didn't want to vote for Trump so bad to the point that now you're fucking screwing yourself up and your family. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Whether Trump won, whether Kamala won, your ass would have still had to get up and go to work. And the only thing that would have changed is who would have been in office and the policies and things that they would have put in place. But for those people like myself and other individuals who are like-minded like me, we would have found other ways to try to get this money. And that's why, regardless if you think I'm just talking out the side of my neck really don't care, because I understand why I voted. I understand where I'm going. I'm not focused on reproductive rights. I'm not focused on racism. I'm not focused on any of that. I'm focused on trying to be the next upcoming millionaire. That's my focus. I'm focused on making sure I put myself and my family in the best position financially that we could possibly be in. And that's learning different stocks. That's learning different ways to invest. That's creating content that's going to eventually reach a bigger audience. And that's going to lead to different collaborations. That's going to lead to different business opportunities. And that's the problem. A lot of people aren't thinking like that. You so far in your emotions. And a lot of people voted because of their emotions. They didn't vote based off of what was the best interest for America and themselves and their family. They were voting based off of, oh well, my mom and dad, we always voted Democratic. Oh well, both are bad. I'm just trying to vote for the least bad person. That don't even make sense to me. What do you mean you're voting for the least bad person? That's stupid. You vote for the person based off of your beliefs and based off of who do you believe is going to benefit this society the best, economically, mainly, because I mean this is a capitalist country. That's one of the things you want to make sure that you focus on, who's going to make sure that our society continues to push forward. And I'm all for bringing religion back into the schools. I'm all for taking out this indoctrination of the ABC community, trying to force things upon people that people don't want their kids to see. The fact that Trump is giving the parents back their power and telling them like, no, you can't tell my child what and who they are. If my child was born a boy, he's a boy. And if my child was born a girl, she's a girl. And so that's why I think that's part of what making America great again is doing. But a lot of you don't see that. And you're trying to use this whole rhetoric of, oh, Trump is a misogynistic. How is he a misogynistic? Half of y'all don't even know what misogynistic means. But you're just using that talking point to try to prove a point, and you miss horribly. Make it make sense to me. So instead of getting in your feelings, instead of hooping and hollering and being in such an uproar, pay attention to what's actually going on and pay attention to actually how America's actually going to be great again. Because all of you are still in your feelings about it. Oh, I told you so. What? Just wait. I'm telling you now. And I promise you, all of you who were crying about Trump not being in the office, you're going to be the same ones who are going to be benefiting as well. So let that shit sink in. And for those of you, it's kind of cold out here too. It's a nice day. But for those of you, I appreciate you for rocking with me. Appreciate you for being here. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. And also, comfort hoodies. Go get them right now. Black Friday is near. Christmas is near. 15% off using the code Courtnee22054. That's Courtnee22054. Go and get your set right now. Hey, and until next time, I'll holla.